Greetings, Legunus. Arendelft here, and welcome to the ghost of ideas of past, present, and future. Firstly, I'd like to speak on the present. Unfortunately, my live stream for today will have to be postponed as Budgie is indeed feeling sick. Quite sick indeed. I am passing along all my well wishes to him, and if you would like to do so as well, please put them down in the comment section. We hope for his speedy recovery and for him to finally find out what's ailing him. Secondly, another issue pestering the present. So, I recently, last weekend to be precise, made the rather foolish decision to go ahead and try out the trial for Fallout 76, which, yes, I know it goes by many other names, but I'm going to go ahead and pass up on using any of those for now. But I must say, Bethesda is working very, very hard to change my mind on that subject. As you see, they have been... how do we put this? Incompetent? Well, everyone and anyone who knows anything about Bethesda and Fallout 76 knows that that term is quite apt. But this is my first experience with it. Not only have they had another glitch, which is preventing me from playing their game altogether after the trial was over, and foolishly for me, after I decided the game was actually fun and decided to buy it on its 60% off sale, discovered much to my chagrin and pain that after I bought the game, that's when they decided I couldn't play it anymore, because only after I owned it did I, in their eyes, apparently no longer own it. And I keep getting a glitch that keeps telling me over and over that I don't own the game and need to buy it before I can play it. Now, one might think, oh, well, simply request a refund and maybe repurchase the game. That could fix it. Well, yes. I must say, even if I were to successfully get a refund, I would be disinclined to ever attempt that theory. Secondly, Bethesda does have some solutions that they officially post, but let's just say they are far from promising, and that's putting it mildly, as I've already thoroughly tried them. The one where you go into the game files and delete the Fallout 76 folder, done it multiple times. And yes, I erased it from my recycle bin. I even went as far as to completely uninstall the game, delete that folder, then reinstall the game. No difference. No difference at all. Verified game integrity files, zero change. Over and over again. No difference. No difference at all. To say that this has been most frustrating is to put it lightly, but to really, really put the cherry on the cake. This is where we really stumble into Steam's arena, as I finally did request a refund. And there's an area where they put in notes. So I put in detailed notes, including the fact that I didn't actually want the refund. I just wanted to play the game. I'm a huge fan of Fallout 4, and I thought, Fallout 76? You know, I enjoyed the trial. It was kind of fun. But, much to my chagrin, I played 5 hours of their little trial. 5 hours. That was all I played. Not that much. Barely scratching the iceberg. Yeah, 5 hours is not that far into the game. But Steam has a 2-hour policy. If you play 2 hours of any game, you can no longer request a refund. Here's the thing. I, in my foolishness, in my absolute foolishness, made the complete and total mistake of thinking that Steam would understand the distinction of time played before you even owned the game. They would actually care about that. I was wrong. Absolutely wrong. Anyways, moving on from that, I'm still dealing with that. But so far, I have a $16 paperweight, digital paperweight, sitting in my Steam library I can do nothing with. Because Bethesda won't acknowledge that I own the game, and Steam doesn't care and won't give me back my money for a game I can't play. I have legitimate grounds to ask for a refund. But, yeah. This is why, everyone, you should always try to buy the game on some other platform like GOG. Unfortunately, I did check GOG. Fallout 76 isn't available there. And considering that GOG is actually ran by awesome people, I can understand why. Bethesda wouldn't want people with that high of customer service actually selling their game. I mean, who would? It would make them look horrible by comparison. Moving on. Well, in any case, so, as to the future, we probably won't be talking about the past today, but the future, well, let's get over to the grimdark of Warhammer 40k. Now, there's been something I've been meaning to discuss for a while now. And it's an official answer on exactly how old the Tenebrae Quator is. Now, you might be asking, what is this Latin crap? What's the Tenebrae Quator? Well, roughly translated, the Tenebrae Quator stands for Dark Four, or the Dark Four. In this case, meaning those creatures within the warp of Warhammer 40k that call themselves the Dark Gods. Tzeentch, the Changer of Ways, Slaanesh, the Prince of Pleasure, or the She Who Thirsts, whatever it is. Anyways, Nurgle, the Death and Decay, and Khorne, the Blood God, or King of the Skull Throne, or whatever they call him. Anyway, these four creatures that live within the warp, these four intelligences, how old are they exactly? But Arendelft time isn't actually a thing. Shut it, please. Exactly when, within our universe's timeline, were they made? Which is what I mean when I ask how old they are. Yes, I know the warp doesn't have time. I don't care. Within our universe's time frame, when exactly were they created? Because I've heard some interesting theories on the subject that these creatures of chaos were, that they've been called the young gods by creatures such as the Canon. The Canon consider them to actually be really young by comparison. Or, other such creatures consider them to be terribly young. That being in mind, these creatures being not nearly as old as we all may presume, I do wonder, the Cabal that thought that they were going to, and this is a spoiler alert for one of the Horus Heresy novels, a bit of a minor one. I'm not even going to say what book it's from. But the reason why the Alpha Legion turned to Chaos, and the reason why I'm not even going to say which one is mostly because I don't remember, but it's the one about the Alpha Legion. The reason why they turned to Chaos is because they were tricked into essentially believing that there were only two destinies for the galaxy. How exactly they were tricked, I'm not entirely certain. But it was something along the lines of, they received this vision pointing, if the Emperor achieves victory, the Chaos Gods will grow truly all-powerful and omnipotent and will eventually just consume the galaxy. And humanity will die anyway. Whereas if Horus wins, what's left of his humanity will come back to the fore, he'll realize he done screwed up, and he'll get mad about it and destroy basically all the humans in the galaxy, And this will somehow starve the Tenebrae Quator of the sustenance they need in order to survive. Now, this indicates very strongly that regardless of the Tenebrae Quator's age, that they will die without enough sustenance from the material universe. Okay, sound theory. I like universe building there. However, I have heard from certain vague sources that the Tenebrae Quator are actually significantly older than we've been led to believe, and that they're not even, like, they don't just derive sustenance from our galaxy, but have actually just basically come here like carrion feeders moving on from one place to the next. In other words, sooner or later, they'll consume our galaxy, and then boom, one and done. Galaxy, no more, and they'll just move on to the next one. Or perhaps they already have. Something along those lines. But that our galaxy's life being totally destroyed wouldn't end them. However, I've also heard that the people who believe in this theory, apparently it's actually the Tenebrae Quator from the fantasy universe who are that, and that the ones from the 40k universe are different, and the people who keep saying this are the ones who don't make the distinction between the two separate universes, because as much as many like to say that they're the same, they aren't, and that the two are completely different. Now, what I'm looking for are canon, and I emphasize the word canon here, a canon answer to this. Are the Tenebrae Quator within Warhammer 40k different from the ones in Warhammer Fantasy? Are the two separate or the same? And if they are the same, well, then that would put some line of connection between fantasy and 40k within the same strands. And that would actually be really, really cool, in my opinion. It'd be Games Workshop doing something kind of bold and connecting the two in some vague way. And I'd actually be really interested in that kind of answer. However, knowing that Games Workshop, to be totally blunt, I don't think they're that bold, because that would be a really bold decision to make. As such, I find it more likely the two are not connected. However, to also say that they're not connected would be a semi-bold answer on Games Workshop's side. Do I think they're brave enough to make that kind of decision? Maybe. But what I want to know is if it has indeed been answered in canon. 100%. Which, an answer either way would require some bravery from Games Workshop. So, is it the former? Are the two connected? Or is it the latter? Are the two not connected? And what exactly are the Tenebrae Quator? Are they linked between the separate universes, or are they not? In any case, everyone, please let me know what you think or believe down in the comment section below, or if you actually know of a canon answer, absolutely provide me some links, some evidence, some proof on that. I'd love to see it down in the comment section below. In any case, though, also, if you have not already checked out the Discord, it will be down in the description, and you can go ahead and just use the invite there and get yourself up onto Discord if that is something that you are interested in. In any case, though, thanks everybody very much for tuning in. Y'all are absolutely awesome. You make it worth it every day. If Budgie is feeling better by tomorrow, we will get streaming then. And if you want updates on that, on whether or not Budgie will be feeling well enough, then hopping over to the Discord channel would be an excellent place to hear about that well ahead of time. Once again, everybody, y'all are absolutely awesome. I'll see you later. And don't y'all get into too much trouble, or do. It's always up to you.